Good evening and beyond the new, my fond fair friends, family, and subscribers. This is your humble narrator, Diomedes Rouge, here to bring you part 14 of What If Escanor? Well, what if Issei was the reincarnation of Escanor? The Epilogue. The conclusion. The swan song. I thank you all for sticking with me during this time. I thank you all for walking alongside as we go through what happened. And I thank you all for your patience. Where we last left off, it was a truly sorrow and somber moment as Escanor had just killed Lancelot in self-defense. We're gonna skip ahead a few years. Oh yeah. Issei is leaving his house. And by house, it's more along the lines of a multi-million-dollar mansion. He's in relaxed clothing, has all his, well, bells and whistles attached to his body, you know the drill. Rings, bracers, the amulet, all the fun stuff. As he goes along, he kisses every single one of his wives on the forehead. Tells all his children hello, goodbye, picks them up, gives them plenty of love. Because today is a very special day. Today is something that he does every year. As he leaves, he goes towards his parents' house, which he has upgraded to well, a very high-end house. Now, how would he do this? Well, simple. He bought out the company his father worked at, and essentially just used it to make money while giving his dad the least amount of work as possible. And the best part is, his family has no clue. Now, how is that possible? Well, simple. He bought out the company. He never became he may be the official owner of it, but he's not the runner of it. He leaves that to other people. He just basically made sure that his dad could have a simple life after all the time and effort he devoted into it. And occasionally he'll step in to change rules. Issei's going along the lines of 35 right now. As he looks back upon his life, he laughs at all the crazy adventures, the crazy fights, the stupid things. He goes to visit some friends on this very auspicious day. He starts off with Meliodas, down in the demon world. Captain. Escanor. It's good seeing you again. So, what brings you on by this time? Just coming to say hello, old friend. Oh, I'm glad to hear it. So, oh, how's my granddaughter doing? I haven't seen her in a little while. From what I hear, her and Kiva are working on their 7th child. Oh, that's good to hear. Ah, those 2 kids. Yeah. So, how about yourself? Same old, you know me. Keeping everyone in the family happy. You, Akano, Merlin, Rias, Asia, Konako. Trying to keep them from getting at each other's throats at times and trying to make sure I give them equal amounts of attention and love. Same thing with the amount of children we have. Ah, yes. I hear your first boy will be coming around later this year. Yeah. Rias will be the mother. Ah, that's good to hear. Yeah. Anyways, Captain. No. Mel. I just came by to say hello and see how you were doing. I'm doing fine, Escanor. For an old man, I still got it. He stands up and does a little bit of a pose, like, never change, Cap, never change. As he leaves the building and Elizabeth walks in, it's like, that time of year again, huh? Yep. You know what he's planning. Yeah. He always visits by everybody first before he goes to that place. As the next place he visits is, well, Bonds. Bond. Escanor! As they run up and kind of give each other a bit of a bro hug. How's Elaine? Ah, she's fine. How many more kids have you brought into this world? Oh, relax. Only 10. I swear. You know us. We're loving parents. Yeah, you're loving, all right. Enough of that. How are you holding up? I'm fine. Honestly. Your worry is well noted. It's that time, it's that day, right? Yep. You want some company? No, Bon. I've got this under control. Alright. You stay safe. If you ever need some help, let us know. Will do, Bon. As he leaves from there, next person he goes to visit is King and Diane. As they both have already got the door set up for him to come on in, everyone's kind of going, Uncle Escanor, amongst the little groups there. And like, hello, King, Diane. As they get a little bit of a hug session going, and you know, Escanor. What? If you really want to, we don't mind accompanying you where you're going today. Yeah, I mean, it, we'd all like to keep you calm. Relax, I'll be fine. I just came by to see how my friends are doing. King just goes, "It's alright, Escanor. You can feel. You can... King, how are you doing?" "I'm doing fine, old friend." He pats him on the back. "And so is the fairy forest. If you want, summer festival will be starting around this... will be starting soon. We could always use another person. We could always use a few more people to come down and light some lanterns. I think I'd like that. I think I'd like that a lot." As after a few minutes there, he gets up and sees himself out. As their kids kind of go over and say, "He always comes by here at the same time of year. What's going on?" "Well, I think it's about time we explained it to you." As they give them the explanation, he goes on to the next house. Gother. "Hello, Gother." Escanor. He lets him in with no problem or hesitation, as he sets him around the table with his whole family and... "So, you working on anything new?" "Oh, nothing, nothing at all, just relaxing and enjoying life. Was able to, you know, work out a few kinks here and there." "I'm glad. If you ever need help with anything, I won't hesitate to let you know." "Thank you, Gother. It's hard to believe at one point in our lives I threw a son at you. It's hard to believe at one point in our lives I manipulated your memories." "Fun times, huh?" "Very." As he spends about half an hour there. And he moves on. Oh yes. Escanor is touching bases. Because every year he does this. Every year he goes around to all his friends and all his family to check on them and see how they're doing. One day out of the year, he does this. His next stop was, well, Kiba's. As he knocks upon the door and they open it, and you can hear several little ones in the background running and playing, and he just goes, "Well, this is a fun change of pace. Where's the missus?" "She's currently at work." I never did expect you for the stay-at-home dad thing. Look who's talking, Mr. I own a company and all my wives do anything they want." Be like, "Well, at least I have, well, I offered you a position in it. Hell, I even offered you money. Yes, I know. You're too prideful for that. Anyways, I just came by to check on you, and yes, Escanor, I know. I know, Issei. It's that time of year again. You know, if you want some company, I'm fine. I can do this. I prefer doing this alone. You know this. I get it. I get it. Anyways, care for some coffee? I'd like that, sure. As he drinks some coffee, they chat for a little while. He meets all his little nieces and nephews from that side and carries on about his way. He then goes out to where the new sins are and gives them a bit of a training session, moving around, jumping back and forth. I'm not going to describe that because, well, the final battle was there, and to be honest, I'm not topping that in this series, nor would I try to. And this is just a training session, so yeah. I'm not gonna kill the overall tone of this moment with action. But after the training session, they all part ways and have fun and relax, and that's whenever a somber mood goes over them, just going, you know, I do feel bad for him. Yeah. He always does this every year. True. But he wouldn't accept help even if he wanted it. Yep. He is Issei. He is Escanor. He is just pure stubborn. And he even comes across the Riser household. Why? Because, well, let's just say him and Phoenix have kind of gotten over their previous grievances. Mainly because he is, well, a Satan-class threat, and Riser kind of has no other choice but to respect him. As he's let into the big mansion, everyone is happy to see him. They all talk and chatter, and after a couple of minutes, because this place is a bit more awkward than the rest of them, he leaves. And then he comes across the final destination. He goes to an open field, for it is the middle of the night, where the moon is at its highest peak. And in this open field, on reserved land, with the ground coated, with the entire plot coated in, well, roses and lilies. There is a woman standing there in front of a large stone structure resting in the ground. And beside this stone structure is an ebony-clad spear with a ruby embedded in the butt of it. As he gets closer, tears begin to fall from his face. They swarm his eyes as if a group of bees attacking an intruder. as he wears that same candid smile. As Merlin approaches him and gives him a hug, he kneels down in front of this marker, which on top of it says, Lancelot. Here lies Lancelot, Supreme Magic Knight. A beloved son who was taken from his life far too soon. As he begins to tell and speak to the grave about everyone and how they're doing. As Merlin holds him as he kneels, rubbing his back and patting him from time to time, Escanor talks to the grave. And upon finishing it, he goes, well, Lancelot, I'll have to be going again. But I'll make sure to give you your lullaby, just like I always do. Hello there, my little boy. Hello there, my pride and joy. Don't you worry, don't you fear. Don't you cry, Daddy's here. For you are my moon and you are my stars. I'll love you even from afar. As Merlin holds him, it's okay. I know. I'm sorry, son. It seems as if your old man finally can't finish that song anymore. As he feels a bit of a lighter presence holding his side, he can't see, smell, or hear anything. But it feels as if another hand is holding his back. As he turns around to look, all he can catch a glimpse of is a very cocky smile before it fades. As Merlin goes, everything all right? Most definitely, my love. Most definitely. This old man's finally beginning to move on, I think. You know, as they begin to walk back, there's something I've learned in my entire time in this life. over and over again. Oh, and what's that? No matter how hard I've been beaten around, thrown about, or insulted, I've always had people in my corner, boosting me forward, helping me, counting on me. Even when the odds seemed stacked against me, even when fate itself seemed as if it was going to crush me in its grasp, they would always keep me going and give me the strength to fight against fate. Oh, guess what I'm trying to say is, next time we have a child, let's do for them what everyone else has done for me. Don't forget that with your other children now. Well, of course I won't. I'll make sure every one of them is loved beyond compare. As he walks back and gets into the car he traveled therein, heading back to his house on this heavily starry night, with the full moon shining, and somewhere high in the sky you can see an ebon-clad figure looking down upon them with a very, very prideful smile. It's about time you moved on, old man. Well, I got another 5 decades before I can be revived. What the hell do I do now? And that, my friends, is where I'm going to end it off. I know there may be a few holes in this story. I know there may be a few conclusions you want, or some things you need answered. Some questions that are burning within your soul. And for that, all I have to say is, I'm sorry. This is a What If channel. Not everything can always be wrapped up in a nice, neat little bow. I will remind everyone that on everyone's epilogue. But what I can say is this. Every one of you that has joined me on this journey, remember those words. That despite how alone you feel, or despite how monumental the odds are stacked against you, that there is always someone out there that's going to be in your corner. There is always someone who is willing to back you. There is always someone who'd be more than happy to give you words of encouragement. To give you the strength to defy the laws of fate itself. To become stronger. And to rid whatever pestilence is plaguing you at that time. This is your humble narrator, Diomedes Rouge, telling you all that I'm happy that you've been with me through this wild ride. And let it always be remembered, the tale of what if Issei was the reincarnation of Escanor. Have a blessed evening, and goodbye.